Osirium has been built from the ground up to deliver a powerful compliance, governance and cybersecurity solution, combining enterprise-class privileged access management with SysAdmin and DevOps workflow efficiencies. We've teamed up with Charles Critchley, co-founder of the Acuity Group, to help you understand just how Osirium delivers proper ISO 27001 compliance, followed by his creating a statement of applicability which can be built into any formal compliance document. And we've made it available here on the Osirium website.
We have built an integrated management system with the priority for accelerating the initial phase of an ISO compliance requirement, achieving huge savings in the time, cost and ongoing management efficiency. Our solution will reduce business risk, improve management oversight and help realise operational efficiencies by adopting accepted best practice. Acuity Group and Osirium are ideal partners for any business looking to satisfy such objectives without unduly diverting attention away from the strategic business direction. ISO 27001 makes it clear that people should have access at a level that they are specifically authorised to use, and that there should be full traceability and accountability for the actions and changes made. In the real world, for generic high privilege accounts such as administrator, root, maint, config, etc., this is pretty onerous. We can see that Osirium is an ideal solution in that it maps the identity of the privileged users to the actual accounts used on the system in a way that is recorded, deterministic and non-reputable.
The key sections of ISO 27001 are 9 through 16. These deal with the business requirements for access control and how these map to IT functional requirements. Osirium is all about identity in, rollout. ISO 27001 deals with access to your systems by everyone. Section 15 deals with the supplier relationships, something Osirium is great for.
On top of all requirements of Section 9 through 14, 15 states that the organisation should regularly review and audit supplier service delivery. This means that we need to know who is doing what on our system. Furthermore, we should really be able to attribute this on a per outsourcer basis. This becomes more interesting when the outsourcer has outsourced some of the work themselves.
As Charles says, Osirium fully meets the ISO 27001 requirements. You need to know that it's fast, automatic and can integrate with your incident and change ticket systems. This is key. It lets your sysadmins and DevOps get on with the thinking work instead of being bogged down in the busy work of getting system credentials, filing the compliance paperwork and changing the credentials afterwards.
Section 12 deals with logging and monitoring. These days, organisations have SIEM systems that log everything. There's a trend to add machine learning style analytics to this. We can see that Osirium adds real context to that environment. For example, if Bob uses a domain account, through Osirium it gets syslogged. The system that Bob connects to will also syslog that a particular domain admin account has been used. The SIEM system can then tie these two together.
Some of the best outsource organisations use Osirium for this very reason. Not only can they see what their staff have done, they can also audit what their outsourcers have done. All this can be wrapped up in reports, providing their customers with end-to-end information security assurance.
Section 12.3.1 is all about backups, which is something we generally find well implemented for database systems. In an audit, it is all too easy to find load-bearing infrastructure systems that are not backed up. High-end firewalls are mostly backed up. Sometimes routers are, but switches are rarely backed up. Of course, the policy could declare these as out of scope or risk accepted. At Acuity, we think of these things as business chains. If one link fails, then the business cannot operate. Quite often, simple human error can cause a business chain to fail. Restoring from backup is the quick fix, but only if the backup is available.
Osirium can take this one step further with personalised accounts. If Bob is in a profile authorised to use the domain admin role, Osirium will create a specific account for Bob on all the systems in that profile. So there is a direct one-to-one relationship between the normal, non-privileged account and the privileged account. If your organisation has already built this best practice, we have account mapping. This means that Osirium can take over the password lifecycle management of the elevated privileged account, whilst ensuring that only the verified identity holder of the normally privileged account can use it.
In compliance terms, these micro backups are really icing on the cake, but operationally very valuable. We often tell our clients that security is more important than compliance, but being secure is more likely to mean compliance audits will be drama-free.
Taking Charles's point, Osirium has a whole suite of privileged task automation. This is designed to delegate the task, not the privilege. Tasks are often designed to take a backup before and after an operation, and task input is sanitized with business rules. For example, if your switches use ports 1 and 2 for uplink, then they're not valid for some VLAN operations. This means that we reduce mistakes in the first place, and we have a remediation route for those that do happen.
External audits, compliance and cyber breaches are usually the discussion points for our first meeting with customers. We know that we can deliver real value very quickly in all the areas we've just discussed, but with the added bonus of automating privileged tasks for productivity improvements, which of course management want and DevOps staff really enjoy. If you're facing an audit or would like to get more thinking work rather than busy work done, we'd be absolutely delighted to hear from you.